Daily Horoscope, the 29th of December 2016. Daily Horoscope for Aries. Ruling planets, Mars, Pluto. If you are working on your budget, make sure that you allow for sundry items. Those small costs can add up to a lot of money. Reach out to the public and let yourself shine. You are able to do your best at the moment and people will recognize your talents. You might feel as if the whole world is against you, especially if several people seem to be asserting the same opinion in unison. Have you ever stopped to consider that perhaps you're the one that is not in step with the truth? Today requires you to stand outside your usual perspective and consider another view. Your health is good and you feel energetic. This is a time when you can get a lot done, without feeling stressed or fatigued. You pour a lot of creative energy into your work, and consequently, you enjoy it very much and accomplish a great deal as well. Daily Horoscope for Taurus. Ruling planets, Venus. If you can't afford an expensive gift, keep reminding yourself that it is the thought that counts. Think about the person's personality and something quirky that they would appreciate. Not everything is disposable, so you need to learn the skill of recycling and economizing at present. These things may be outside of your consciousness, but it is time to look at the impact you have on your environment. If you need to communicate important information to someone, the key to gain their support is to slow down your speech and rephrase anything you feel is missed by them. You will find yourself in a situation where you hastily need to exit whilst giving instructions or key facts to someone. My suggestion is to postpone this important dialogue until you both have the time and focus on getting it right. Horoscope for Gemini. Ruling planets, Mercury. You are very idealistic at this time, and you tend to project your ideals on others. If you find yourself thinking and talking about another person in terms that sound exaggerated and fantastic, then you are probably deceiving yourself. If you are in higher education at this time, in all likelihood you'll change your major and even your institution during this period, or may at least reconsider your options. You may be doing a great deal of letter writing or phone calling to a brother or sister in a distant city. Legal action is possible regarding a bus, car, motorcycle, or a neighbor, and if that hasn't yet happened, take note and exercise even greater care when traveling. Daily Horoscope for Cancer. Ruling planets, Moon. Be explicit about what you want from your medical practitioner. Don't assume that you don't have rights. You are paying them for a service. All things connected with travel, education and legal matters are likely to be high on your agenda, so negotiate the best deal you can and don't be afraid to sign that contract, even if you feel a little nervous. Sometimes when you aggressively go after something that seems to run away from you, and this could be the case if you desire someone and in particular the physical relationship with them. In some ways, cautiously pulling back could be exactly what is needed to attract them or bring them back into your life if it's a case of feeling as if you've lost them. In other words, today's key is all about reverse psychology. Daily Horoscope for Leo. Ruling planets, Sun. If you are having a dispute with someone you love, stick to the point. Don't become nostalgic and dredge up the past. Slow, methodical thinking will help you meet your deadlines. Others may be faster at doing the work, but you prefer to avoid errors at this stage. Choices are often something you prefer not to make, especially if the two things at hand, one of which you may have to discard, are both equally tantalizing and enjoyable, if only for the time being. When it comes to matters of the heart, however, there may be an element of guilt associated with this sort of behavior, and it requires a ruthless sort of discrimination to make a speedy and what may seem like a heartless decision. Daily Horoscope for Virgo. Ruling planets, Mercury. You have no patience for those whose conservative, unimaginative outlook limits theirs or your capacity to broaden your horizons just now. You will want to keep abreast of current developments in world affairs, for you instinctively know that what happens in one part of the world affects everyone. Stay away from narrow-minded individuals today. The dark night of your soul has passed, and today you can start to feel the stirrings of a new vision, in short hope. But you mustn't hold on to things which are going to damage new opportunities. Before you can move on, pick up the pieces, create a new life for yourself and simply let go. You have deeper insight and understanding now, so don't make the same mistakes again. Daily horoscope for Libra. Ruling planets, Venus. If you are not feeling successful, you need to use the power of your imagination and positive thinking to create a more conducive atmosphere for success. You don't feel comfortable being competitive today. If there's rigidity in your philosophical viewpoint, you won't grow. Today is an opportunity to open up and take in what others are saying. You may resist it, even though you intuitively feel that what is said is true. You have a lot more support than you think, so don't be negative about the circumstances. Look around and enlist the help of others. Your backlog at work could be playing on your mind, yet at the same time you're not in the mood to tackle a mountain of paperwork. It's probably better to have a break and come back with fresh eyes. Daily horoscope for Scorpio. Ruling planets, Pluto, Mars. If you can get through your work quickly today, you'll have the perfect opportunity to spend some quality time with your loved one. Don't let stormy relations mark the evening. If you've strong feelings about a particular subject, take care how you express yourself to others. They may not like what you say. Your mind may be congested with information overload. You have to strip things back to basics, and this will be your reality check today. If you feel really strongly about something, you don't need to convince everyone else. You could run into obstructive people by pushing too hard and being emotionally demanding. Give people space and they will perform much better. Daily horoscope for Sagittarius. Ruling planets, Jupiter, Neptune. You need to focus on what's going right rather than what's wrong in your life, as this could be disturbing your spiritual transmission. The universe will only reflect back to you what you give out. In the spiritual sense, the reaction is not opposite, but of the same intensity and resonates with exactly the quality of the vibrations which emanate from you. Here's your opportunity to take love to the next level. You may have to rearrange your plan and postpone an outing or trip. Go with the flow and look to the deeper implications of what you're hearing or seeing. Your faith will be tested and your inner belief system will be on the line. Is what you're saying simply a line you're spinning to impress others? You'll be under the microscope and have to live by your words now. A more attractive and persuasive attitude filters through your relationships now. Daily horoscope for Capricorn. Ruling planets, Saturn, Uranus. At the moment, self-sacrifice seems to be a pivotal part of your experience, and if you are really interested in changing things, even on a social or global level, it all starts with yourself. Relationships could challenge you now, so you have to be careful in balancing what you desire with what is necessary to also satisfy your partner. Others may be overly demanding and you may have to make some concessions to keep the peace. If your partner has a personal problem, make sure you have time to listen to their grievances. Today's theme is unconditional love, which means you may have to put your own stuff on hold. You need to empower others as well as yourself today. By helping those around you, they will in turn help you. You need to see the bigger picture in your relationships as well as in your professional life. Daily horoscope for Aquarius. Ruling planets, Uranus, Saturn. If you are working with people who have no passion for their work, You could run into obstructions. You need to reserve your attack for a more appropriate time, even if your impulse dictates otherwise. If you bide your time, you will be able to make a much bolder and effective statement. Your willpower is your strength. You need to assert it with a perfect blend of emotional control with decided mental integrity, all the best possible traits for achieving success. Don't allow the old dinosaurs of habits to inhibit your ability to grow creatively during this excellent period. Instantaneous gratification of desire is not something you want to entertain now, as the long-term ramifications require a much more solid foundation both in terms of your inner and outer life. Daily horoscope for Pisces. Ruling planets: Neptune, Jupiter. If you are married but not yet a parent, the thought of having children may be uppermost in your mind during this astrological cycle. Someone amorous and adventurous may try to win your heart and you almost fall for it. Be careful, as the person may have ulterior motives. Frustration could get the better of you, with your most significant relationships being under the spotlight. This is not a time to give rein to your anger and blame others, or, in the extreme, to get physical under any circumstances. Use the power of racial discrimination to choose who you're going to attack, as well as when and in which manner. Diplomacy should be your primary approach, even if you're justified with your retaliation.